Welcome, everybody, to FYC Deep Cuts. We promised you we'd be back with some extra content, something other than our awesome 80s movie reviews, which we're on a record streak right now for. But yeah, I think, missing some theater time. I'm missing some theater time. I don't know about you, man. How have you been?
I'm doing okay. Yeah, missing a lot of theater time. I don't remember the last movie I saw in the movie theater. Actually, I do. The last movie I saw in the movie theater was back in October, and it was Nightmare on Elm Street. That's
That's
the last
right.
movie we saw together. Yeah.
Not together, you and I, but
No, 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 no. My wife and
yes,
I.
yeah. We've been so quarantined. I moved to the state and moved back out of state, and we never saw each other. That's how quarantined we've been.
That's
Um,
sad. That's really sad, man.
it is sad. What's not sad is that if you don't know our origin story, we met starting the same day at a movie theater, and which is where I think the love of movies obviously grew. And yeah, man, I miss it. I do you still eat popcorn? Oh,
Our
okay.
our house is full of just popcorn bags. We always
Oh,
eat popcorn. Yeah,
okay.
we eat popcorn. But it's not the same as the movie theater popcorn. It's never the same.
No, God, no. It's not even close to the same. I completely agree. I miss it. I miss the smell.
The smell.
I was active, man. I would go probably once a week, but last one
Okay.
I saw was probably, God, uh, Tenet. Oh, back in May, maybe when we kind of started to think that things were going to open up, and they're like,
Yeah.
we can do theaters for 25% capacity, and
Yeah.
one movie, and then it was gone. So
Yeah, that's true. I mean, unfortunately, it's the industry has taken a big hit, just like a lot of other industries out there. But we're talking about the theaters, and we're going to be discussing our theaters. Are they going to cease to exist? That's the question. I personally don't. I really think theaters are here to stay. I like the what their movie companies are doing. I like that they're giving the public an option whether you want to go watch it in the theater whenever that opens up, or you can stream it on certain different devices like HBO or Amazon or whatever platform they're coming out. So I don't think they're going to stop. I think theaters are here to stay. I just think now they're going to be offering us a lot more, which I think is great.
I hope so, and I hope it's not diluted. I think there's definitely movies that you can watch at home. I watched The Little Things, came out on HBO Max last week. Denzel Washington, Rami Malek, Jared Leto. Really good movie, and definitely one of those, like, it would have been released. It's Denzel Washington. Like, just you're going to put that in theaters, but it didn't need to go in theaters. It wasn't like technically, like, it was just a drama. There wasn't a lot of action to it. There wasn't these big suspenseful moments where you need to be seeing this on the big screen. So I'm kind of game for it, but at the same time, like, I don't think I'll ever stop going to a theater. It's just not the same. And we're at a point now where we have these giant TVs, and most people have some type of sound bar or surround sound, but the experience isn't the same.
You're right. The experience is not the same. Whether you have a home theater set up at home or you don't, I still don't think that watching a blockbuster hit at home is the same as watching it in the movie theater. In the movie theater, you have this huge screen and you have this sound quality that you probably just couldn't really get at home as hard as you tried. Maybe I don't think you could.
No.
But one of my biggest regrets in regarding movies was not watching Jurassic Park, the original Jurassic Park, in the theater. And when I watched it on a 13-inch TV VCR combo, right?
Oh, that's
And so
amazing.
I never got to experience the when the dinosaurs first came out, when the theater was shaking, the sound. I mean, there's something to that experience. And watching it at home, you just don't get it. I don't care. You just won't ever get that experience. But there are some cons to watching it in the theater as well. Some of those are you don't know what kind of experience you're going to
Mm,
get
for
aside from
sure.
watching the movie.
Yep.
One of my biggest pet peeves when I go to a theater and I watch a movie is when I'm drinking something and I have to get up and I have to go to the bathroom. I always have to go to the bathroom, but I go whenever the huge scene stops and I rush out there thinking I'm only going to miss like 3 minutes, but it's not important. So, what other cons can you think?
Just the audience, honestly. Like,
Right.
and it's not any specific thing. I'm not some, child hater, but like people do tend to take kids that are too young to theaters.
Sure.
Whatever. They don't have a babysitting, I get it. That's fine, but you just don't know. You're rolling the dice when you go to the theater. Are you going to get the kid just kicks your seat constantly and the parent who doesn't stop them? Are you going to have the person who talks to the film? Are you going to have, so there's obvious things that I feel like, look, there's some benefits, and there's definitely people out there who are like, I'm never going back to theater. It's too expensive. It's this, it's that. Like, why would I leave my couch? Like,
Right.
but you're right, you don't get the same experience. And that's my point to it, is sometimes I want the audience experience. When you're talking about that blockbuster tentpole film, Endgame, Avengers movie, like you get that interaction with the audience where the audience erupts. And like your point about Jurassic Park, like I did see it in the theaters and I do remember that. And you feel it's larger than life at that point.
Sure. If you're a big family, right? If you're a big family, you're a family of 4 or 5, and you go to the theater, you're looking to drop about $200, $250, right? Tickets, food, popcorn, all that stuff, it adds up.
Sure.
So if you're able to watch it at home in the convenience of your own home, and you have, let's say it's a kid movie, and you could just gather the family in the house, and it's more comfortable that way. I like that. I really do. I think that's great. I'm willing to pay the $30 to watch a movie with my family at home if I don't want to go out.
Sure. And I think there's going to be that balance of where's the price point, for whether a film is going to go into theaters or it's going to go straight to video, on demand, whatever they're calling it, streaming.
Streaming, yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's
And
streaming.
like Mulan, great example. Like we're already paying a monthly service for Disney. Here's, this new film, but you're going to get charged $30. I paid it. I paid it knowing that like that is a value to me. Like there's value in wanting to see something new that somebody I can appreciate spent, 150, $200 million to make. And so they got to recoup some expenses, and I want them to continue making movies. So I will pay for that good. Like that's a good that I want to continue to be supplied with. So
Sure.
if I don't pay for it, like what are the chances? Like there's plenty of Disney movies that they still haven't released because they're probably realizing that in the long run, I just don't think financially it's going to work for studios. That's the biggest thing. When it comes to like WB and Fox and all these big, Fox is no longer Disney, whatever, these big studios, like they got to recoup that 200 million. They expect that 200 million to be like worth $1 billion. And so they're not going to get that on streaming services. And they're going to need at some point to get these theaters open again, help these theaters by maybe not charging so much damn money and, find that partnership again that's going to get people back in seats, because it's going to take a lot, I feel like, at this point. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, this pandemic has really turned everything upside down, right? If companies want to go back and recoup some of their money, then they got to offer something that's completely different and something safe. A lot of the theaters now, they're going to where there's these recliners, they're leather recliners, and you're kind of far away from people, and it's a bit more comfortable. Our local theater doesn't have that, so not all theaters are built that way yet. I'm hoping that all theaters would go that route, but you still got to keep everyone safe. You want to recoup that money, you got to offer us something different, right? And then back to the concept about streaming movies in the comfort of your own home. It's not a new concept.
Yeah.
It's not. I recall going to hotels, the nicer hotels, right? When I was a kid, and I think they still do it. I was so blown away that I could watch a movie in my hotel room that was still in the theater. So it's not a new concept. It's just that the pandemic has really turned everything upside down, and that's the route they're thinking they're going.
All right, Richie Rich. I didn't know that you could actually afford those movies. I remember seeing them growing up, but we could never get them.
It's not, no, I'm not talking about like the Ritz Carlton or anything like that. I'm just talking about like, I remember seeing at certain hotels, and you could order movies. You could even order adult movies if you wanted, but you could order movies that were still in the theater. And as a kid, you were like, whoa, I can watch that now and it's still in the theater. Oh, that's so cool. And now people, so it's not a new concept. It's not.
Yeah, it's not. But I think all of the major, players in this are all trying to find what's going to work best. HBO Max with WB has figured out, we're going to put all these titles out and draw people in. And I'm impressed. I mean, starting last week, they are going to be actively putting a new movie out basically every week. And not every one of them, again, is going to be some huge blockbuster. But for somebody who is used to going to the theater and seeing new movies at least, once every 2 weeks, it's nice to have new titles. Like, it's great to have some content. It's going to be interesting to see. And I'm with you on the theaters needing to do something also to draw people in again.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be able to offer something that's unique. I love the theater seats, that for the ones that do have that, where you can recline and you have space, and, somebody who needs to walk in front of you, because I don't go to the bathroom during a film, I hold it. My doctor probably would advise against that.
You have a great bladder, my friend.
I mean, I can't miss the movie. It's the first time experiencing it, and I don't want to miss anything. Like, I'm one of those people who gets in the seat before the credits, the trailers roll, and I want to see the previews. So
yeah, I get that. Yeah.
That's just me. I'm a little neurotic about it.
You are neurotic. I agree.
Yeah, thanks. Are your theaters even open right now? Is it?
No, they're not open. And when they do open, they're not updated. They have the regular theater seats, which is crazy, because that's what we're used to. But now all these theaters I really like how they're updating the decor and the seating and all that. It looks good. I think all theaters should go that route, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think that they're starting to see the value in it. Even our little theater that we started at together finally got with the program and upgraded and put a bar and grill in there. And you have to kind of roll with that and realize the clientele that do want to spend that kind of money want more from their experience.
I just want to say mad props to everybody who works at a theater, because like Chris said, we used to work at a theater when we first met. We know the ins and outs. We've started kind of from the bottom, sort of, and then we rose to the top. You went a little bit further than I did, actually much further than I did, but we know what it's like. So we just want to say mad props to all the theater workers out there. Much respect, much love, and we know exactly what you guys go through. So thank you for doing your job.
Yes, amen to that. I echo those sentiments, and we want to get you guys back to work too. So my theater's not open here either. Did you see our upcoming film? I'll tease our next episode. Did you see that in theaters?
Yes, I did. I saw it in the theaters. I saw it. Absolutely.
This may be, maybe this is why I didn't appreciate it and love it as much as the rest. So this will be interesting to dive in and discover, because I did not see Titanic in theaters, and that is your tease on what's coming next.
There you go. There's your teaser. We're finally getting it done. We're going to put our hot debate to rest.
And it's great because it's an Oscar movie, and we're right around Oscar season. So this is fantastic. This probably was the film that started my run in, with trying to see every Best Picture film before the Oscars.
Good. Okay. Yeah. So all those Leo fans out there, get ready, because we're going to be reviewing Titanic.
Oh, man.
It's going to be good.
We're going to try to keep it to 30 minutes. We'll see. A 3-hour movie.
We'll do it. We could do it.
We could totally do it.
Just totally do
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
All right. Well, I don't know what else you got? Tell me, I had a question, and what movie would it take to get you back in? So you say your theater doesn't have the recliner seats and all the fancy upgrades. Would you go if Top Gun was released tomorrow?
The new Top Gun?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. No matter the theater.
No matter the theater.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's something that gets you out of your house. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. That's good to know, because I feel like there's always that movie that's going to get somebody to go, right? Like even the people that hate going to movie theaters are like, oh, I got to see that.
Yeah.
It's an event film.
Yeah.
My second question would be, if you could add something to your theater besides the seats, like what would you add to a movie theater that would make you like, oh man, that's unique. I want to go to that theater.
I would want the full guaranteed that I'm going to have a joyful experience. And if I don't, then I want the theater to do something for me. I'm not saying, just something different.
Okay. How would you quantify that? Like, I didn't enjoy myself, so give me a pass to come back?
Absolutely. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm simple. I'm not looking to sue anybody, but just, make us feel good. People have complained to us when we worked at the theater, right? And so they had a right to complain. They come in, they
Sure.
spend their money, and they want a good experience. And sometimes that experience is ruined by other people. Sometimes that experience was ruined by us as the staff, because the projector. I'm not saying we were mean
Yeah.
to customers, but back then we used to use projectors and real projectors and movie film. Now it's all digital. But sometimes those movies would spill and go on the floor or get burnt, and we would ruin that experience for them. So the customer wants a good experience when they're going to the theater. They're paying good money, so hey, they deserve it. I think they deserve it.
We're the last of our kind, man. We're some of the last people that knew how to run a 35 millimeter projector before, like you said,
Yeah.
it went to just pressing play on a big black box. I miss those days, man. I miss the feel of film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too. So all you people out there now working in the movie theaters, you guys have it actually in the booth. It's much easier now. It's still hard work, I'm sure, but come and talk to us about splicing film. We know a little thing or two about splicing film.
Yeah, they don't know about that these days, man. And it's not hard. Programs that you just program the show times and they just manually all start by themselves. You got to check stuff to make sure, things open and lights turn on and whatever. But it's too easy now. They don't know the stress of burning 35 millimeter film and ruining 400 people's day.
That's all right. I just hope that we pave the way for them, trying to make it easier for them. So
I hope so.
Maybe.
I hope so.
I don't know.
All this talk, man, I'm going to go find the state that has a theater open and hope that they've got something new to show.
There's no state out there with a theater open. If there is a state out there, somebody's in a state that there's the theaters open, let me know. Let us know. We would love to hear your story or find out where that theater is at. It'd be great.
Florida.
I can't.
Probably.
He said it. I didn't.
I mean, the Super Bowl is being held there. They're letting, thousands of people in for that. So my assumption is that they probably have a theater open. So.
All right. If somebody lives in Florida, let us know if there's a theater open in Florida.
I'm not attacking you, Florida fans. I'm just stating the obvious.
Okay. I think we should just stop there.
Yeah, it's a good out. Yep. We're gonna stop there. I appreciate you guys joining us. FYC Deep Cuts. We're gonna keep trying to do this in between the movie reviews. Look for Titanic next, but we appreciate you guys tuning in. And I've been your host, Gagne. With me as always,
Ronaldo. See you guys there. Bye.